Hi friends, I'm Angie Van Emmen with American Way Realty. Welcome to my web series, My Cato, where I bring you locally owned businesses that make our community great. Today, I'm in Laura North Main, Cato, at a local business that offers blinds and more, interior design and home decor. This is Blinds and More. Hi guys, we are inside the showroom of Blinds and More with the owner, Brooke Davenport. Thank you, Brooke, for sitting down and doing this with me.
Well, thanks for asking. I'm excited.
Yeah, this will be fun. Tell us a little bit about how Blinds and More came to be.
How did Blinds and More come to be? Actually, in 2005, the building boom, one of my neighbors actually started the business. There was lots of homes being built in our area, and she wanted to start a new business. And she actually came up with the idea. At the time, I was a sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics. I was driving the car.
I love it. The pink Cadillac?
I had a red Grand Am.
Okay, red Grand Am.
I wasn't quite at the pink Cadillac status,
okay.
but I had a team, and I enjoyed sales. I loved going into people's homes. I loved meeting people and doing the home sale thing. It was fun. My neighbor lady, she comes up with this business plan. She comes to my house, sells me some blinds, and I'm like, you do exactly what I do, but you just bought a whole lot more. That sounds so horrible to say, but it was. That sounds really horrible to say.
No, it's okay.
but it was. I'm like, this is fun, and you get to do the interior design and all this fun stuff. And so she asked me if I would be interested in working with her. So that's what I did.
It's not a franchise. So
it's not a franchise.
Okay.
No,
I know there's different franchises, and so it's just something she came up with.
It was Blinds Express, and I and my ex-business partner worked with her for 2 years. I would sell, she would sell. Ex-business partner would install.
Okay.
In 2007, we decided she no longer wanted to be part of the business. We ended up buying her out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's kind of how the business started, getting to go to people's homes and decorate and have fun.
When did it go from then Blinds Express to Blinds and More? When you bought it?
2007.
Okay.
Like in 2007.
So you rebranded when you bought it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wanted to start something fresh. We added the and more because we did bedding, bed skirts, headboards, placemats, stained glass. That was where the and more was.
You do stained glass?
Did for a while. Did for a while, no longer. My mom actually did stained glass windows, and they're just beautiful.
I'm sure they're beautiful, but that's
she ran out of time.
I had no idea. But I guess it makes sense with the blinds, the windows, the stained glass.
So we no longer do the stained glass, but that at the time was.
And you do curtains, correct?
Curtains, full line of drapery, full headboards, any bedspreads, anything.
That's awesome.
So that would be the and more.
Yeah.
Cambria, we do a full line of Cambria. But yeah, that is our and more. Blinds, shades, shutters, drapery, motorization, and more.
I love it. So what brought you down to Laura North?
What brought that down to Laura North is I wanted to get out of our garage. We were
the best business is starting a garage.
They did. They were absolutely. The garage was a fantastic place to be. But when semis started showing up in my residential neighborhood, the neighbors were not happy, and the delivery drivers.
Like business partner, Liz still live there, who started the company?
Yeah.
Was she still your neighbor?
Yes.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, for a little while she was, and then
she couldn't complain, but the others
she couldn't complain, but the other neighbors they did. And we live in a cul-de-sac, so trying to watch this big semi, it was kind of funny. So, so we wanted to get out of the house. So we moved down to actually right next door in the middle of this building.
Okay.
We moved there in 2015. We moved into a 10 by 10 rental space, and then we added another 10 feet, and then another 10 feet. We basically had that whole space next door.
That's awesome.
And then this building, which was the old Angie's Kettle Corn location, became available. And so my husband bought the building. He owns the building. I rent from him. It works
you're
quite
still
well.
the boss.
I'm still the boss. Yeah, no, it worked out perfectly. So we've been in this space since 2016.
So I love that you have this, is that you have everything like on display, not everything obviously, but it's kind of by appointment if somebody wanted to come down, make an appointment with you, check out kind of the products you offer. But what I love, and I've used your services, you guys have done blinds for me, you guys bring it to the house. And so what I thought was great is come with a whole packet of stuff, for like armfuls of different options and like different colors. And like for recently I just did my son's black oak blinds, and like had the white swatches because there's 5 billion colors of white to match the trim and whatnot. So kind of talk a little bit about the showroom and what you offer here, and then obviously going to people's houses and bringing the showroom to them.
Absolutely. So we have the showroom at 424 Belgrade Avenue that is by appointment only. We did have it for a while where it was stop in, but it was hard because we really need to go to someone's home. You got to see their windows. What's going to work? Not every blind works for every window.
It's true.
We've got to see how we're going to mount it. Is it going to go inside the window, outside the window? And you can bring me the measurements, but 9 times out of 10 they're not right. So I don't want you to come to the showroom without an appointment. But we go to your home because we're going to measure. We can match your colors to your walls or your other decor. It just makes it easy for them and easy for me because it's one stop basically. Or to make an appointment here if they want to come and see extra sample colors or actual larger samples. We do have hand samples that we bring to people's homes. We just bring, I should have one I suppose, but we'll hold it and we'll take it and show it at the window and show how the depth is going to look.
I think so many people are visual, so I think that's so great that you do have those options too to people.
Like tomorrow we have somebody, she knows what she wants, but she wants to see a couple more colors and we were short on time, so she's going to come here and finalize everything. So, and that's by appointment.
And I think it's great too that you guys do offer the install also.
Oh, yep. So what's really fun is this business is really women owned, women operated. My sister,
I love that.
My sister Tia is our full-time installer,
and she's amazing. She fixed one for me because the house I bought, it was not done correctly. And it's like, this goes to show you why it's important to have a professional install it because it was stuck out this much and it was.
I remember that. Yeah, she just pushed it back a little bit.
Yes.
I don't know why they hung it like that.
But she's like tiny. She's like this
she's tiny. She's maybe 110 pounds.
It was pretty funny.
But that girl, she's out today, and I mean, she's installing 45, 46 blinds today, and she does it all by herself, unless we have something really high where we want to get a 2-person install, really wide, setting up scaffolding. We're going to bring in the guys. So my husband helps. Karen's husband helps. Really big commercial jobs. We all come in as a team.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
And how big is your team? How many people do you have?
So Tia is our full-time installer, and then Dabby and Joe help with installs as need be. Karen and I are full-time sales. I work 40 hours a week. She's pretty close to 30 hours a week. She goes. I have a 30-ish hour up in the city salesperson. She takes over all the metro area.
That's nice.
Yes. And then Jen and Rachel, they do nights and weekends here and there, very few appointments, but they do appointments when requested, but they like doing the interior design portion of the business. And then we have a consultant in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, so, okay, in my prep, I saw that you have that, and I was like, is this an error? So explain the whole Tennessee tie.
The whole Tennessee tie was, I went on a Graybird trip, back 2 years ago, and I met her, and she was a sales consultant that worked for somebody else, and we sells a lot of blinds. I sell a lot of blinds. She's really great at what she does.
Was it like a blind convention?
It was a blinds convention. It was a blinds convention. Yes.
I'm just like, how did you find this random person that does blinds? Okay.
She did blinds.
Okay, cool.
She worked for somebody else, but she wanted to go on her own. So she reached out to me last summer, and she says, I really would like to go and on my own. Can you help me? So she has Blinds and More East Tennessee. So she works with me, but as far as like scheduling and everything, she does that on her own, of course. I mean, but all of our branding, all of our advertising, everything she does, our website, she's on our website, and she's fabulous. Absolutely does a fantastic job down there.
That's awesome. Do you think there's going to be more expansion of like other states, other territories?
That is
What's kind of your plan?
My plan, so I don't know if you realize this, but right now, like, I go, in any given day I'm in Rochester. Tomorrow I'm going to Winona. We do a ton of business up in the metro area, lots of southern Minnesota, Fairmont, New Ulm, we're over there all the time. I would like to get some consultants over in those directions.
For sure.
So we don't have to be the ones that are going. I spend a lot of time in the car. So having another consultant in those areas, once we hired the gal up in the cities, which I forgot to mention. So Angelique, when you asked about, we have Angelique up in the cities, and I forgot to mention we have a full-time office manager, Tricia, as well. But Angelique's taking over the cities, and she'll have 5-6 appointments a day.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. So we get lots of form and function versus the aesthetics of them. that's one of the main questions to ask someone is, do you want your blinds to stand out? Is it something that you want to be a focal point, or are they really here just to darken your room? Do you want them to be beautiful when they're up and down, or do you just want them to fade away and not be noticeable? So listening to the customer and asking them what they want and the end result, and then their budget too. I mean, so we carry full line of.
Speaking of budget, I'm sorry, but I think too it's important to note as well. It's like there's that thing on the radio that they talk about how cheap they are.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to drop their name. I won't do that, but the price is very similar to what you guys offer. So I think in order for you guys to have somebody come give you custom coloring, custom advice, professional advice, do the install, the quality, it's great quality product too. Make sure the cuts, the measurements are right. You're not paying a bunch but more money versus the BS online.
No, we offer free measurements, free consultation, free installation. Everything's included. So I don't. When I go to a client's house, I price out everything, and installation and sales tax and everything. Another thing that people forget about is this. Here's your quote. They leave off the sales tax.
Yep. Yeah.
That sales tax can add up really quick. So I tell them everything right up front. This is what it's going to cost. And then we take a deposit. And then typically right now we're at about a 5 to 6 week turnaround. So
That's not
5 to
bad,
6 later we come back. Tia comes back, installs, and then any warranty issues, anything if there's an issue that goes wrong with the blind, it happens.
Or if you're extremely picky and it's not dark enough for your child, they will come back and redo it for you.
We want our customers to be happy. We want our customers to be happy. Well, yeah,
Because I'm crazy.
You're not crazy.
I'm like, it's a really bright room. This needs to be a little darker.
Yeah.
And I should have, so you did suggest the darker one and I didn't do that. And then I was like, okay, you're right.
when
you come back and fix this.
When Trisha called and said, hey, Ann, she wants it darker, I'm like, cellular shades. She needs a cellular shade. And I remember you saying, but that's not the look I want. I'm like,
right.
But you want it dark. But the wood blinds look really pretty.
They do.
You just didn't have enough depth to do both.
No.
Sometimes I'll do both.
Yeah, they're shallow.
Yeah.
And kind of shitty.
But so the blind woman knew what she was talking about.
You did, yeah, you did. And you were really great about me being me.
Yeah, that's okay.
And changing and being a pain in the butt.
They look really pretty now.
They do.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, tell me a little bit about this beautiful mural that was just done. I had driven by the other day and it was like almost completed. So this is my first time seeing it up close and personal. And I'm obsessed. I dressed to match it.
When you walked out of your car, I'm like, I noticed that. You look very pretty. I can't wait to show you. So Justin Eck from Bellissimo Paint and Coatings. I met him, probably 4 or 5 years ago.
He's not the nicest person you've ever met in your life.
Oh my gosh,
he's seriously the nicest person.
His whole family. They are. Anytime anybody asks me to recommend somebody to paint, I'm always like, hey Justin, I'll call. Right then I'm like, you need to give these guys a call. Get over here. But anyways, he does beautiful, absolutely beautiful artwork. But the building was just really blah, and so
it was very blah.
I wanted to do something in that corner, and I didn't know what, and we kind of went back and forth with a few ideas, but I said, I want some sort of flowers. I love flowers, let's do something flowers. And then we stopped talking about it, and another year passed, and I'm like,
That's what stuff happens. You get busy, the next thing you're like, oh my gosh.
It was last fall. He was painting, and he was sharing on Facebook, and it's these flowers he does. And I'm like, that's the flowers. I want those flowers on our building, let's do it. You figure it out. And so he was so cool. Like as soon as it got nice out, he's like, okay, I'm gonna be painting on the building. I'm like, you are? You're gonna? Yep, I'll be there next week. And so he came over and we talked about colors, and he just did his thing. And it was a complete surprise. Like I didn't know what he was doing. He was complete freehand. And what was really cool was he's always done paint in the past, and with this, it was his very first time doing spray paint.
Oh.
So it's all spray painted.
It does not look like the first time he's done that.
He's just so talented. So he did it all in 3 days. I haven't witnessed it but once, but my neighbors keep saying that there's people over here taking pictures all the time.
Yeah,
so,
you need a hashtag.
I do.
You do. So like I just did the video at Whimsy, and they have the wings, and they have the hashtag Wings of Whimsy. So then they can click on the hashtag and see everyone that posts pictures. So you need a hashtag.
How do people know what my hashtag is?
You need to promote it and have him write it on it so he can take pictures of it.
Sweet.
Follow
Okay.
me for more more business advice on marketing.
I'll learn how to hashtag. I'll learn how to
We're gonna
TikTok.
TikTok.
Exactly. So I will learn how to do that too. So
But yeah, so you need to do a
hashtag.
hashtag.
Okay.
So fun dates. Did you obviously didn't pick that if you
I did
don't
not.
remember
I didn't
the
know. Like I said, all I knew was I was getting flowers, and I was going to have them in this color palette of sorts, and that was all I knew. And he just went to town.
name. I love it.
So I'm excited to show you.
And your landlord was okay with it?
So I said, Daddy, I have this really great idea, and we're gonna do this. And he's like, it actually is funny. Did I tell you that he was like, we're not doing that. We're not.
No, you
doing
didn't
it.
tell me, but
Oh yeah, he was like, I want to see a full mock-up because he was concerned about, like how what's it gonna look like. I'm like, if Justin's doing it, it doesn't matter.
Trust the process.
It's gonna be great. But he wanted a full mock-up.
yeah, that's
'Cause-
hilarious.
And I'm like, no. All of a sudden, Justin showed up and he started. And he was actually in the cities the first day.
Yes.
He came back and it was like, it's already started. It looks really nice.
Can't turn back now.
Nope. So, yeah.
I love it. So what else is on the horizon for you? What do you see? How is this pandemic kind of affected? I mean, that we're coming towards the tail end of the pandemic. Like, where was kind of your business with the pandemic, and where do you see yourself now moving forward?
It's so crazy to say this, but we had our best year ever.
I love that.
It was, sometimes I feel guilty
No,
saying
right.
that,
Well, I
but
think-
we truly had our best year ever. So many people, well, first, right away, it was people moving home. A lot of people who I had done quotes for in the past who just hadn't finished, maybe they gotten a few windows, but they hadn't gotten the rest of them, called and they're like, okay, we want to help small businesses.
Yeah.
I want to order those window coverings.
That's awesome.
I was like, really, what? Then we started, it was, this community is just amazing. And then it was, we moved home, my office is now in my kitchen and I don't have a shade and I can't see my computer. I need shades because of my office at home. And then it was, we're not going on vacation anymore, so we're spiffing up our house. We're remodeling. And our phone did not stop ringing through the whole pandemic. And we're on track to even beat out last year.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
This community is great, and like, I don't know, just the remodeling and
Definitely more people. I've gotten a lot of calls of people like, our house is too small, we're spending so much time there.
Yep.
Or even people, I get asked all the time, who do you recommend for this, that, and another thing. Past clients, like, who does what? And I think more people actually taking in their space. I think a lot of people haven't really lived in their space like they were forced to do, and then you look around and you see things and you're like, I don't want to look at that cheap Menards blind anymore.
Exactly. I was just having a conversation with that about someone else yesterday, how they're like, that was exactly what people who would make their outside of their house look pretty. They would drive these pretty cars and go in and be at home and not really enjoy it because they're at work the next day. And who cares? It doesn't matter. And the pandemic did. It forced them to be at home. And
have smarter spaces. Well, the kitchen is turning into the classroom.
Oh, absolutely.
Their office. Even just people have a chance to sit down and eat together, which has been kind of, I think, a blessing. Restoration of the family a little bit, I think, but
I would agree.
pretty cool. Well, thank you.
Yes.
This has been great.
I am just so honored that you asked. When I
Oh
got
my
your
gosh,
phone call or
you're
your
so
text message, I'm
welcome.
like, really?
You're so welcome.
This
is
is awesome.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we know each other, but we don't really know each other that
Exactly.
well. So I think it's great to sit down and
Absolutely.
chat with me and then share your business, which has been great. Also, so since she's so wonderful, she's giving away not only one, not two, but three $100 gift cards. So all you have to, yes, that's amazing, by the way, thank you. Like, comment, share, post below, and for an extra entry, comment the name of the beautiful flower wall in the comments below. Then we let people listen and watch.
Okay, if you listened.
Yes, and we will do a drawing next week. So thank you guys so much. This has been my Cato, and I appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you.